you just say words as if they have no meaning at all. You say these things just out of nowhere. Just as if the things you say have no consequences and have no bearing on my mental well-being, Past Alan. How dare you? Oh my god, you said something. You said something in your video yesterday that has no significance to you at all, but it sent me into a mental state of shock and realization that the past year has aged me about 30 years because I am now a much, much more cynical person. And that's because you said yesterday, is this a metaverse? What you've done there is you've made a portmanteau of meta and converse, because we are having a conversation, and so we are conversing, talking about the way that we are conversing. So a meta conversation makes sense. Fair enough. And what you've done is you said the word metaverse because that's something you've heard somewhere vaguely in your past. Because of the events of the past year, I have had to experience pain. I used to be very pro technology. I used to be always like an early adopter, really into technology is amazing. I love this. I want all of this cool stuff. Hell, I even thought Google Glass was cool, despite how weird it would make you look, because the idea of having all that information just easily available and you could just a heads-up display in real life, amazing. And I already wear glasses, so I thought that was cool. I used to be very pro-technology. And then Facebook got involved. So what is the metaverse? Excellent question. No one has an answer. It's just a fucking tech buzzword because tech bros ruin everything. This isn't the future I wanted. Everything about modern society is being destroyed by fucking Silicon Valley tech culture. And the future that Facebook, or more specifically Mark Zuckerberg, wants to promote and is putting a lot of investment into is the metaverse. Hell, in November 2021, so hasn't even happened for you yet, Facebook will change its name to fucking Meta so that they can focus on building the metaverse. But what is the metaverse? It's just fucking VR chat. It doesn't have any actual thing. It's just buzzwords. It's the whole Ready Player One thing, that whole shit that everyone didn't really like because it was just references to things that happened in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, the whole basis of that was that everyone was in a video game at all times. And so the metaverse is supposedly just that video game, except it's not how any of this works. That's we don't even have one operating system that things work together on. The internet, sure, okay, that makes sense. I can understand that. That's computers talking to each other. Makes perfect sense to me. But fucking, a giant VR server where everyone is just on it and doing things, no, I hate that. I just want to exist in reality. I kind of like physical things. I don't want a fucking thing stuck onto my head at all times. I hate that. VR games are cool. I get it. Fucking Beat Saber, it's a fun game, I guess. The thing that Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg are doing is they're saying that the future of everything is going to be all virtual reality, where anyone around the world can work with anyone else in virtual reality. And they make these hyper dystopian, purely as unoffensive characters as possible. These blobs of caricatures, take every feature about a person and just remove them, make them the minimum amount of detail required to identify them as a person, and then put that in a kind of laggy VR world where people don't have the right amount of motion, and it's just, and they're like, yeah, we can make so much money on it. All of the material, all of the advertising material is about how you can do labor or buy things or sell things in a digital VR world, which is so dystopic. I hate it. I don't want any of this. This is another thing. Now, you're already of this position already, but you and I, we hate money because The economy sucks. Like, yeah, money's necessary to do whatever, but I hate it. I hate it. And so Mark Zuckerberg going, oh yeah, you know what VR chat was missing? That tons and tons of just slices of money being taken from everyone. I hate modern venture capitalists. I hate everything. The internet used to be fun. Like, it was just these weird websites where you could just kind of fuck about. And now, in the span of time between you and me, there has been a huge bubble of hype or like vaporware shit about Web 3.0 and crypto and NFTs and the Metaverse and all this shit. None of it actually makes sense. There's no reason to get excited about anything other than, oh yeah, this is what the future's gonna be. I don't want that to be the future. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm barely dealing with reality as is, and you just casually saying, oh, is this a metaverse, talking about a meta conversation, annoyed me. That annoyed me because you're so oblivious. You haven't seen, look at this chart. You have no idea how fucking lucky you are. God, I hate you. I'm gonna go. I hate this.